Welcome to the Media Bubble podcast. I'm Fredrik, he's Karol. Let's get Barbie.
Life is plastic, it's fantastic. Tonight, or today, we're talking about Barbie.
Yeah, the movie of the summer, I guess, because this weirdly has enough become the movie of the summer.
Pretty much. It's like the Barbie movie has become a phenomenon, even before it released.
Yeah, if we're going through a little bit of a history before we're talking about the movie. So the movie is directed by Greta Gerwig, who comes from the directing Little Women, which was a success, you can say. And I guess he was contacted by Margot Robbie, who had the rights to making a Barbie movie. And so they made a Barbie movie from Margot Robbie's company, Lucky Chap Entertainment.
And it's split both from there.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting news to hear for me back in the day, because it was like, these two big names are going to make a Barbie film.
I think that's why everyone started to be so interested, because it is Margot Robbie and it is Greta Gerwig. And it's like we were teased before the teaser even dropped. We already had the talks about the Barbie movie in the works. We had the rollerblades, like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in rollerblades at like LA Beach, and we had
You mean those leaked photos?
Yes, yeah, leaked. So what I've
kind of also creating press.
Yeah, and also the same thing with their cowboy outfits. The ones they got from after they left the jail.
Yeah, because they filmed some contents, I guess, in places with normal people.
Yeah, and the truth is, the marketing department, they didn't leak those photos. They weren't behind that. But they were counting on passerbys taking photos of the actors and posting them online to create buzz.
Yeah, of course they were.
So it was like a kind of offhand, hand-off approach, but they were counting on buzz.
Like if I'm being honest, like this film is like a masterclass on how you do marketing. You first pull a stunt like that, and then you go fully into the whole Barbie angle, and you then release these pictures, which was the first showing of Margot Robbie's Barbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken.
Yeah, and Margot Robbie just works perfectly as Barbie, as we see in the first teaser trailer, and it was kind of Planet of the Apes, kind of like, when you heard Barbie movie, it wasn't like, we already had Barbie movies. We already have 26 of them. And they're all aimed for kids. They're all animated. They're all child-friendly, with some kind of like cottagecore lesbianism down there.
Yeah, and with this director and actor, you know that there was going to be some kind of commentary on Barbie.
Exactly. And in a degree, we got that. I guess I hyped myself too much about the movie. But when this teaser dropped, this was one thing I only like. Was the only thing I was thinking about for a whole week. When will the movie drop?
That was pretty much the whole internet.
And then it was also revealed that it will be like, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself, but we also had Oppenheimer at the same time, which they would release simultaneously, creating the whole Barbieheimer meme.
Yeah, and with that first teaser trailer, or I'm not exactly sure if this was with the first trailer, there was also released this kind of posters which showed a variety of Barbies and Kens, and I guess this also created a kind of a meme of people depicting themselves into this picture, and it's like, he's a plumber or something like that.
I think, what was that? I think someone even made a Barbie thumbnail actor reveal template or creator So even up to this day, I can make those for us as well. uh, but it was so fun because, like, yeah, Margot Robbie is Barbie, Izzy Rose is Barbie, Kate McKinnon is Barbie, and yeah, and everyone and all the guys are either Ken or Alan.
No, there's just one
Yeah,
Alan.
there's just one Alan because everyone else became NSYNC.
Yeah, kind of. That's something that gets revealed in the film.
And it was just so it's I think what drove us to seeing this movie, because this could easily be some kids slop with just bare minimum, right? Or it could be like a comedy, or make it super serious, but it's not.
That's kind of what the first thing you expect when you hear that they're making a Barbie movie.
Yeah, exactly. But it's glamorous. It kind of respects the brand. It kind of respects the Barbie legacy, because even before the movie dropped, we had more insight. Like, I cannot give enough credit for the marketing department for this movie, because they released a variety. What's the show they have? Take a look at where I live. Like, take a peek at Robbie's house. But they made a walk around around the whole set of the movie. And like you could really see the detail in everything. I feel like how everything is plastic, how everything is life sized, how much thought they put into creating this livable quotes space for a living Barbie doll.
Yeah, it's creating a Barbie world. And I guess they're going really into that pink angle to it too.
Yeah, pink enough to the degree that, because this movie was filmed during the pandemic, right? But
Was it?
I think
I guess it might have been.
I think it was, and I think for a little while, because they used so much of this one shade of pink, they actually caused a worldwide shortage of pink.
Oh yeah, now that you talk about it, I think I remember something like that.
Yeah, so that was a whole debacle. And when you hear the news of Barbie movie causing pink shortages, you know that they're cooking some good stuff.
I guess we can finally start to talk about the main movie.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there were lots of more things keeping the hype going, but I feel like we're 10 minutes into the episodes and we still haven't touched upon what the movie is about. So yeah, the Barbie movie. We end up on it's a pink and plastic world, and we end up in Barbie Land. Barbie Land is where all the Barbie dolls and all the Barbies, all the Kens, all the midges, and Alan live. They live in a utopia, sort of where women are taking all of the major roles, like construction workers, presidents, writers, scientists. It's a matriarchy, and Kens are just living in it.
Yeah, so we kind of started the film by an explanation of children before in time played with baby dolls, and then Barbie came in and made everything right and good, because that showed little girls that
they can do
they can
more.
be everything they ever imagined. They can be a policewoman or a president or write a book
or be a tech geek or be an air or like a airplane attendant, or they can be even a plumber. And because of that, women were inspired to become these things, and since then Barbie's made equality so much more easier, and women are treated equally and have a fantastic life in the real world because of Barbies.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
Or at least
that's exactly what Barbie is known for.
Or at least that's what the Barbies believe. Which is I can think that's what the brand wants you to think, at least. And in Barbie Land, every single day is perfect. Barbie wakes up without any messy hair or any after a good night's sleep. Her hair is always perfect. Her breakfast is always perfect. 2 slices of toast and a dollop of cream, the showers without any water are always perfect temperature, and her days are filled with conferences, beach outgoings, and girls' nights every single day. It truly is a perfect life.
And dance parties and going to the pool.
Yeah. And by going throughout each day, we see all of the different Barbies. We learn a little bit about what they're going on about. And we also meet Ken. He is kind of the second protagonist / antagonist in the movie.
He's the beach Ken.
Yeah, he is the beach Ken. He's not a lifeguard. He's not a jet ski Ken. He's just his job is beach.
Might as well also mention that the Barbie we are following is kind of supposed to be the typical mainstream Barbie.
Yeah, she's like everything Barbie.
I think they kind of say. Yeah.
She's not good at anything. She's good at being Barbie.
Kind of.
And this Barbie, even though she has a perfect life, is depressed. Is starting to feel some negative thoughts, like maybe wanting to die, or what would it feel like? Maybe she doesn't want to dance.
Have you ever thought about that?
Have you ever thought about that? Record scratch. So yeah, after another perfect day, the Barbie begins to share with during a party, she kind of lets go that she's starting to think about dying. Record scratch. The other Barbies are not feeling it. Dying to test out these dance moves, baby.
Yeah.
And the party resumes.
Yeah, and then I guess Ken is trying to ask, so, do you want to spend the night together? No, sorry, Ken, it's girls' night. But it's girls' night every night. Yeah, isn't it perfect? Like, it's so obvious that she isn't interested in Ken.
Yeah. I mean, there are boyfriend and girlfriend, but it's the narrative that Mattel put on them, right? It's like word of God, they're girlfriend and boyfriend, but she's not really into him.
No, not really, which we learn throughout the film. Like, Barbie doesn't really think of Ken as
a guy.
Really anything that great, to be honest.
I mean, the guy whole deal is beach.
Like at one point where Ken sneaks into Barbie's car, he says to her, well, I have to impress Ken. Well, Ken is not cool.
The thing is, I mean, it kind of illustrates how, I mean, yeah, everything is around Barbies, but Kens are left behind. It's this upside down world where, in our world, this could easily, like, sure, it's in this feminine angle where Barbie can do whatever she wants, but Ken is kind of like left in the dust. You could see this also, like, imagine this in our world, where it's
supposed to be the reverse.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be that it's supposed to show that everything.
It's different, but the premise is the same.
Men done, but yeah. Yeah, and so the movie continues with after Barbie has thoughts about death, she wakes up and something is different. Her hair isn't perfect. She doesn't have the perfect breakfast, and she falls down her house. And she also discovers that her feet aren't. What's the word in English?
She isn't going on her tippy toes. Like, you know, the Barbie dolls, they always have like perfect foot shape for heels. Yeah, that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, she is flat-footed now.
Yeah, this Barbie is going through it, and this is only the beginning of her woes. Her morning, yeah, like as you said, she falls off her house, and as she shares this information with her friends, they guide her to Weird Barbie, which they say it to hit her face, very kindly.
Yeah. They say it behind her face and at her face.
Which also kind of reflects, like, if you're like, in this world, everyone is beautiful and perfect. But if you're weird, if you're Midge, if you're Alan, then you're not really fitting in, right? Am I not the only one that got that vibe? Like, it's still very conform, right?
Got that vibe. They practically spelled that vibe out all the time, Karol.
True.
Like the only thing that is worth being in Barbie Land is Barbie.
So the weird Barbie, as the name suggests, she is a used up, like really messed up doll on the outside. In the inside, she helps Barbies figure out what's the problem is. She tells her, "You girl need to go. You need to go to the real world and try to figure out what is going on with the girl that is playing with you, since what's happening with her is reflecting back on you, and the cellulite on your legs, yeah, that's gonna continue if you're not gonna get to the bottom of this."
So Barbie has to travel to the real world. And to her annoyance, Ken is coming with her.
Yeah, even though he says that he didn't like. She says she needs to go alone, and Ken's like, "Yeah, but I told Barbie like I can't follow with. It's like I have so many things to do." Dude, your job is beach. You can spare a moment. Don't try to play it cool.
And so Ken and Barbie are traveling to the real world.
Yeah.
And they apparently go to, what was it, Los Angeles,
Yeah,
California.
So they take all of the extra accessories like the camper, the boat, the space shuttle, and the tandem bike back to our world. So Ken and Barbie travel to the real world, and it turns out saving women and empowering them and solving all the world's problems wasn't really what happened. It's people are caught catcalling Barbie. They're looking at her ass. They're smacking her ass. They're making inappropriate comments.
They're actually looking at Ken.
And Ken just gets respect by being a guy.
Yeah, he isn't disrespected.
Yeah, like
which he feels is very, very nice for a change.
Yeah, because it's like it's a man's world. Like just him being with Barbie kind of makes him like, whoa, look at him pulling this bad babe. Like,
yeah, and he kind of tries to understand how this works, because he's kind of at some points also goes around into this world, he is in a doctor's appointment and he's like, hey, can I do surgery? Do you have an education for that? No, but I'm a man.
I mean, even if this movie is this was my, like, as I said, I was kind of a little bit maybe overhyped for this movie. I hyped myself too much because I thought that with the reference to like Matrix with the stiletto and Birkin shoe, with weird Barbie, and with this kind of like patriarchy theme, it'd be a little bit more like there would be a little bit more teeth on it, like a little bit more biting critique. But yeah, it's Mattel. They wouldn't allow this to be like an actual critique of patriarchy, just like a smidge. But even then, I'm trying to make a point. Even then, Greta Gerwig made it kind of like, it's not subtle, but she made point to like, yeah, when the guys like that, the guys kind of like are terrible to women a lot of the times. And even like when Barbie was catcalled by the construction crew, it felt bad. it didn't feel like a joke, and I like that they played it straight.
Yeah, it's kind of also supposed to show I guess the differences of how Barbie is trying to look at the world and how it actually is.
Yeah, she poor girl is getting culture shock all over the place.
Yeah, like when she meets the girl that she thinks she's there to save, she's kind of just slamming down Barbie on all the negative points of how she isn't good for being a good female representative.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like one beauty standard which all women are now supposed to strive after. And Barbie fully believing like the sales pitch of Mattel, like, no, we were supposed to empower women and make it all right. Like, not really. We know like this might be the idea, but the main point is to make money. Right? We all know it.
Yeah, like when Barbie finally meets the boss or the CIO of the company, she kind of is asking, "Oh, where is the woman in charge?" "Well, I'm in charge." Well, you're a man, and everyone around is a man. Don't you have any woman working for
No, because
the products that is making
this
toys
company
for women?
is created with women and by women. I am a son, and all these men are either sons of a woman or nieces or husbands or grandchildren. And this company had a female CEO in the 80s, and then maybe another female CEO thereafter. So no, we're not disrespecting women. This is by women for women. And it's like, you're all guys.
What did you feel about the CIO? Because he isn't exactly portrayed as being ultra. He isn't portrayed to be the biggest villain of the film. But what did you feel about him?
I mean, as I said, this is a Mattel movie, so there's no way they could portray the company as actually like purely evil. They're incompetent and goofy, and in a way, like, if you think about it, they wanted to put Barbie in a box because they had a previous stint with Skipper terrorizing actual people, right? It's not like sure, the Barbie land is a secret, but it isn't explained like, oh, they're exploding the Barbies. No, it's just like, it's a place, but people would be weirded out if they knew that Barbie land was a real place.
I also find it a bit funny that they chose Will Ferrell for this role, because it kind of reminded me of his work in the Lego movie, where he was kind of also the kind of villain of that film, which was also kind of a meta story about a toy line.
Yeah, wasn't it you who told me that it was similar tone-wise to Lego movie?
Before I watched the film, I kind of said that I feel like there's a big connection with, because before you watch the film, oh, Will Ferrell is the CIO of this company. He might be the villain. So that kind of just leads my thought of, is this kind of like the Lego movie where this toy line is going to break down onto what the toy truly is and represent, and Will Ferrell is going to once again be the villain of that?
Yeah, like, it's kind of Lego movie. Barbie is the Lego movie for girls, and Lego movie is the Barbie for boys.
Well, it can be for everybody, Karol.
Yeah, if you're a boy or a girl.
Did you ever at some points play with Barbie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had multiple Barbies.
Oh, good for you then.
Fredrik, I am gay as hell. Of course I played with Barbies.
Well, that's okay, Karol.
Of course it's okay. What are you trying to imply?
That you're profiting a wrong image for the female body, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, if I played with Barbies, didn't I support a big corporation like Mattel? That's an evil act in itself.
I'm kidding a little bit here. You can play with whatever you want.
No, I know that you're kidding. That's why I liked. That's why I was so hyped about this movie, because yeah, I had a Barbie. I cut her hair. I painted her like a lot. I had a lot of different outfits for her.
If I'm being honest, that was the one point where I was kind of disappointed about this film, because I thought at some point it was going to be like, yeah, it's okay to be also a boy and play with Barbie, but it never at some points made that point.
It didn't. It in a way it was a very like women-centric movie, so I guess it wasn't really trying to make that point. It felt like a movie by women for women. God, but if I had Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa house, I would like, and I was a kid, I would be ecstatic.
Are they going to sell that thing? Like, I'm really wondering, is Mattel planning to sell that Mojo Dojo house?
God, I hope. I don't play with Barbies, but even I would buy it. But the thing is, like, they did a series of dolls for the movie. Like, they released some of the dolls. They released Ken with the puffy coat. I think they released him in the cowboy outfit, and then a lot of Barbies. Let me see. I can maybe actually find a picture of it. Yeah, they released inline skating Barbie and Ken. There is pink power jumpsuit Barbie, Western doll Ken, and then a lot of Barbie dolls. And one is with the disco gold jumpsuit. And there's also President Barbie. Yeah, let's talk about. I mean, I know we're going off a tangent. We stopped talking about like Will Ferrell, because I also wanted to touch upon the inclusivity of this movie, but we haven't gone through the entire movie yet.
No. Well, how the story continues is that, while they are really trying to get Barbie back, they aren't really that concerned with Ken. So Ken kind of just goes and do whatever he wants. In the meantime, Barbie finally finds the girl who she is searching for, and it turns out it isn't a little girl. It's a grown-up woman that I guess is getting a little bit tired of adult life and try to remember her old toy as kind of a happy place in life, and kind of trying to, I don't know, make her a bit for the modern women.
Yeah, I guess so.
How would you describe it?
Sorry, I was looking for a Barbie on the line.
Okay, so we also get a scene where Barbie is chased by the company, and she goes into a room where she meets an old lady, and
It was the ghost of the creator of the Barbie doll.
yeah, but that isn't revealed yet, Carol. That is revealed later on.
I mean, she's dead, right? Like, this woman would like, we know she's dead, and this movie is taking place like.
It isn't revealed. It isn't revealed yet in the movie who she is.
All right.
So Barbie decides to take this woman and her daughter to Barbieland to show how perfect Barbieland is for women, I guess. So she travels with them to Barbieland, only to face the fact that Barbieland has been taken over by Kens, and is now kind of more into
Horses.
a stereotypical man land.
Yeah, so as it's described in the movie, since Barbie was originally a matriarchy, they were like, it's kind of like when Columbus brought the diseases from Spain to the native people of America. The Barbies were not prepared for the male shenanigans that Ken pulled, and it just turned into like this absolute manosphere. Women like being waitresses, put into maid outfits, just being accessories to these Kens. It's a Ken's world, and Barbie is just living in it.
Yeah, it's the other way around now.
And while it's bad, because I mean, Barbie Land was great for women, not so great for Kens. And while it's flipped, it's not. It's equally, if not worse, and it's kind of perpetrated by Ken not feeling like he's enough for Barbie. So we have the Rico scene from Girls' Night, where he says it's boys' night. It's a rager at his house, and he just kicks Barbie out of her own home.
Yeah, I guess in one scene it all the teenage girl asked Barbie, "Where do all the Kens live?" And Barbie kind of just, "I have no idea."
Yeah, like Kens are a second-class citizen. As horrible as it is to think about it, yeah.
Barbie gets depressed that she has lost her perfect world.
And she gives up. She literally gives up. She sits down like, yeah, I'm not gonna like I'm done. I guess when some other Barbies wake up from this mess, maybe they'll do something about it. And she just asks the real women to leave the Barbie land.
So the mother and teenage daughter are a bit disappointed in Barbie and they are traveling back. And in the meanwhile, they meet Alan, who is just Alan.
Yeah, he's the only he's the one immune to brainwashing, and didn't like and also can hear the narrator for some reason.
He doesn't like the world, this Ken world. He was happier with the Barbie world. So he is trying to escape with them, but the mother and daughter has a change of heart and goes to Weird Barbie's house to find a lot of different Barbies that didn't work out.
Yeah, it's the I think it was like first of all, Weird Barbie just went full rebel. Since I think there was a great analogy on one of the Tumblr posts I've read, where it was like, yeah, what happens? What how are women viewed in a man's world where weird women don't fit in and are causing trouble? They're shown as rebels and as troublemakers. So that's kind of what the Weird Barbie became. She became like a rebellion leader to Ken's, and all of the gang that Weird Barbie has is those dolls that don't really fit the mold. Like it's like fluffy, like Sugar Daddy Ken, Magic Ring Ken, which I didn't expect to
Yeah,
actually.
there was Sugar Daddy Ken was that there was a Ken and he had a puppy named Sugar. Apparently these are real dolls that were made also. Like there was one where if you took her arm down, her boobs would get bigger.
Yeah, growing up Skipper, and also an LCD screen Barbie. Uh, I think I was afraid because
I
like
really wonder why these weren't why these weren't popular.
I mean, Magic Ring Ken is like one of the hardest dolls you can get because it's discontinued and because like it was supposed to be like a
Yeah,
surfer vibe.
discontinued what I think discontinued what was more the word I was searching for there.
It was discontinued, but yeah, but I mean, this was the case of Magic Ken because it's like when you look at the doll, he's clearly very gay. It was one of the gayest Kens Mattel has ever created, and there was backlash about it. So they stopped producing him. But like, hey, there's a lot of gay people, and we want dolls of ourselves. So it's like one of the highest sought out after dolls.
Okay, so I guess what happens now is that the mother has some speech about how tough the world can be and how it is kind of to be a woman in that world, and I guess that kind of snaps one of the Barbies out that has been brainwashed by the Kens. How did the Kens even brainwash the Barbies?
It's because, if you remember, as Ken was really stoked about the outside world, he literally borrowed like books about patriarchy from their library. And he just kind of went, and then he kind of just like freestyled off of that. Because it
Yeah,
like,
but how did he? Yeah, but how did he actually manage to make the Barbies listen
uh,
to him?
yeah, I mean, as one of the Barbies described it, like, yeah, like, I don't have to make any choices. Just Ken can do all the choices for me. It's like the spa for my brain forever. Like, they
That still isn't an answer to my question, but
I
anyway.
mean, I mean, for the Barbies, it kind of felt like an obvious choice. Oh, I don't have to do anything. Like just like a man decided everything for me, because they didn't.
Yeah, but how did he actually brainwash them, Carol?
With facts and logic. The Ben Shapiro way.
So the Barbies comes up with a plan to remove the Kens from power and reinstate the Barbies to the power.
Yes,
Uh,
because Kens have decided to change the constitution of Barbie Land to only allow Kens to vote. Yikes.
and so they make up this plan of tricking the Kens into fighting each other, which works perfectly, weirdly enough. Like, there isn't one hiccup in that plan. Like, it goes perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be how women, if working together, they can, like, and knowing about the struggles, like being informed about not life, but like knowing about how patriarchy will control them. Like, just like the mother said, like, you cannot be too hard. Like, you cannot be silent because you're in your obedience, but you cannot give too much criticism. You cannot be mean because people will think you're like demeaning, but you cannot like whatever you do, the blame will be put on you, and that's exhausting. And because now the Barbies are aware of this, they can fight it. It's women helping women to overthrow the government. But yes.
So as I said, the plans goes without a hiccup. With it's kind of a weird thing to do for a movie. I feel like the plan actually goes stage for stage perfect. And the Ken are tricked by their individual Barbie girlfriend into fighting each other, and I guess Ryan Gosling gets a song.
Yeah, just Ken. That he's Kenough. I mean, it's still sweet because this movie kind of empowers Ken in a both positive and negative way, which is great versatility because it's like, yeah, just like sometimes women are thought just like an accessory to men. Ken here was literally created to be an accessory to Barbie.
He is kind of he has these weird feelings because he is like created to be there for Barbie all the time, and in one of the lyrics he even says, "I have these thoughts in my head and they driving me insane."
Yeah, because he created his whole life around a woman that doesn't even see him as a actual partner.
No, which is kind of sad for him.
And the thing is, like, even with the patriarchy, a lot of weight is put on men to ascertain their value by how women view them, right? Like, if you're not attractive or you don't pull any game, I'm sorry I'm using these words, but like, if you don't like, if women don't find you attractive or argue with you or like vie for your attention, then other men automatically assume that you're less worth than them. And it's also how patriarchy perpetuates this awful behavior while you base yourself like your own view from others' perception of you.
So while the Kens are fighting it out, the Barbie reinstates the Barbie president, and everything is as it was. It's Barbie for perfect.
I mean, the
And,
Kens did get one of the like one of their own in on the Senate.
Or did they? They didn't actually even get that, to be honest.
No, they didn't get a. They didn't get like a Supreme Justice, but they did get one like judge or like in the there's one they got one person.
No, I don't even think they got that. It was like someone that could potentially become. Yeah.
Jesus, that's even worse.
So after that, Ken has a breakdown of who Ken really is. Because as we said, he was kind of created to be Barbie's boyfriend, but Barbie doesn't really want him as a boyfriend. Well, what was Ken's solution? That he should be happy with himself?
Yeah,
That
I think the finale was about him creating a life for himself aside from Barbie. Because Barbie didn't want to be with him and she wanted to be like a real human. She didn't find Barbie Land appealing anymore. She wanted to be where, like, she doesn't want to be an idea. She wanted to be a person that made ideas, right?
yeah, I guess. Like the ending, if I'm being honest, is a bit confusing.
It is because it's like, okay, so
I
everybody
didn't
comes.
really, I didn't entirely enjoy the ending, if I'm being honest.
I liked, I liked it in a way.
So the main Barbie person decides that uh, she doesn't really want to be a Barbie anymore after this experience, and she wants to go to the real world and have other experience and evolve as a human being, not just stay in the same place all the time. And that is kind of introduced with the concept of that ghost lady that we saw before that created Barbie, I think. And so Barbie joins that family that she has been together with and joins them into the real world, while the other Barbies and Kens are still behind, and yeah.
Yeah, Ken is finding themselves. Barbie is a matriarchy again. Mattel stopped being relevant after they lost Barbie in Los Angeles. Um, no, wait, no, because like Mattel kind of decided that like they would make dolls of like everyday Barbie and they would make bank, so that's all right. And Barbie becomes a real woman with the word of God, and she is on her way to a gynecologist because she has her parts now.
And yeah, the whole thing with Mattel CEO, I guess the only thing that happened there was that the woman that was a secretary before is able to design a Barbie how she wanted to make it, and that was, what was it, normal Barbie?
No, it was like negative thoughts Barbie or crippling anxiety Barbie. That's what she called her. But the movie ends, and I kind of wanted to talk about the outfits. I know it's a little bit out of a left field, but like, can we talk about just the production of it all? How it looked so cool, how I could see every single piece of these outfits on a Barbie doll, and I would want to wear this.
Yeah, I can say that they nailed the Barbie look in this film.
Yeah, it's kind of like boho pink ranch for Ken, but other than that, like it just bright neon colors, kind of 2000s feel with a new flair.
Yeah, and they even made in this Barbie land like things that you could buy before, like other different Barbie houses.
Yeah, God, it was an amazing move. Like because it was Barbie Land. It was make believe land. It was this weird mashup of like mystical idea land, but also like an actual place.
And then I guess we can also talk a little bit about the soundtrack, because one thing that I did not one thing that I might not have expected from the movie is that I knew that there was a soundtrack. I knew that there was a lot of celebrities. I did not know that that every song from the soundtrack would be played at some points during the movie's run.
Really? I mean, if it's a soundtrack, I'd expect every single song to be present at some time.
Well, that's not always the case in movie soundtracks, I feel like. Sometimes I feel like there can be movies or songs created just for the credits and you just hear them there and things like that, or a music video or whatever.
Speaking about music videos, Dua Lipa's Dance the Night Away. Oh my god, what a hit. This immaculate song just propelled this movie like promotion of this movie into the stratosphere. It's Dua Lipa has this amazing talent to making disco songs with like amazing twists, and the entire music video for that song is also like a whole like it was inspired. It was the filming of the dance scene at the like first act of the movie.
Yeah, I heard that she even rewrote this song because when she saw the disco scene from the Barbie movie.
She did?
Yeah, I read something that she rewrote the song a bit when she saw the disco scene energy from the Barbie movie.
I mean, if she did that, then she did a great decision because yeah, I've been having this song stuck in my head since the first like when she released it until now. I'm even hearing it in my mind right now.
Okay, I can't really say that I have the same experience. Dua Lipa even was a Barbie in this film. She was Mermaid Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, we even had John Cena as a Barbie.
Yeah, he was Merman.
Merman Barbie, and he was having
Ken.
and he was having a brewski. But continuing about the music, so before this music released, the big question was, will Mattel allow Aqua to have Barbie on their soundtrack? Right? Because it's like this is the Barbie song. Come on Barbie, let's go party, right?
Yeah, but Mattel kind of hates that song.
Because it's really sexualized. And the Aqua, they didn't have permission from Mattel when they released the song. So everyone asking, will it be on the track list? And Aqua said, no, we won't be doing that. We weren't asked to. We will not be releasing a song for the soundtrack. Bam! Collaboration with Nicki Minaj, Barbie girl.
Yeah, but it's kind of like at the same time it's kind of having it in, but kind of still not really having the bad parts in it, or the things that Mattel doesn't like in it.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, for me, that's enough that they recognized, and in a way, it's in. It's a Barbie movie, so we have Barbie. It's not the same song, of course, but it's still in the movie.
Okay, to the ending point. How did we feel about the film?
I liked it, but I feel like because I got overhyped, I felt like there would be more scathing commentary about like the world, which I know was dumb enough of me to think about. It's a Barbie movie. I mean, I was surprised that it was still like, you know, patriarchy, talking about women's struggles, how Ken, like talking about how Ken was mistreated and how they flipped. Like it was interesting. There were also some fresh ideas. But I guess from the promotional material, I thought like, oh, this is gonna be like commentary, but it wasn't, which is on me. Liked it good. It was good enough.
So I kind of like the comedy of the film, and so some jokes they made with the character and this world and all the things like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, you brought up a lot of points in this movie on this brand and how it sometimes can be looked at as a bad way for women and how they should look at themselves. But throughout this movie, you have criticized it. You haven't really brought any solution to any of these points and questions you have brought up. Like one of the things that is in the beginning of the film is just what a hierarchy Barbies have over Ken in this world, and maybe in the ending film you would expect that, oh, we Barbies will show that we're better than the real world, and we will acknowledge Ken in some little bit of way. But it's kind of like in the end of the film, it's like, no, we're going back to normal. You're just Ken, and we're still in a Barbie world.
I mean, I think that was a little bit the point, since Barbie world is a reflection of our world, but upside down. So the play like women don't really have it great right now, at least in the US.
But isn't a movie supposed to say that no, we're better? This brand doesn't stand for that anymore,
But
or
wouldn't it feel
anything
fake?
like that.
Wouldn't it feel fake if it's Mattel? Like, this is Mattel. This is a big corporation for toys.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that they went through with it.
I guess it would be an interesting angle.
Because if they went through with it, then Mattel probably would have to be like, oh, we don't really want that. That might ruin our marketing a bit.
But the problem is, I mean, I agree. I would like to see it. It's just that Barbie has already had this. I mean, when this movie released, a lot of people call it like really like left leaning and woke, and personally, I think it is left leaning. But woke already lost enough of its meaning where it doesn't mean anything. It's just like, oh, this is anti men, and this is awful. And if I feel like if they started like addressing what we can do.
I wouldn't say that this is. I wouldn't say that this is anti-men.
I won't say that either, but it's like that's the sentiments online. I feel like if they went the route of, oh, we have these issues, this is how we fix them, it would kind of seem like Mattel and like Barbie and by extension Mattel is making like a social comment, like actual social commentary, and that would hurt their sales.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I'm calling them their cowards.
One actual thing that I was taught that this movie would bring up is like the whole thing of Barbie's image and how that is kind of not seen as the best thing in the world, and they do comment that in the film. Like the teenager brings a whole speech to Barbie about it, but
that's it.
There's just like that thing. It isn't really fixing anything. It's like just like saying, yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
This is our brand. And that's something that people comments about our brand. Are we going to do anything about it? No.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, but it's either that or like using a Barbie movie to whitewash what it really is, trying to tell like, no, we're not messing with young women's image, like how they view themselves.
I can also acknowledge that it brings a lot of good points in, like women should have more power in this world. We should be more equal, and so sometimes I guess we're trying to trick ourselves into saying, well, this world is more equal now, but we're not halfway done even. We should come further. There should be more women in power of Mattel's head corporation.
I mean, I feel like in that case, like, because it feels to me like you want to say that this movie should have a stronger message about how it looks like now for women, which kind of coincides with what I said. It's like it should be a little bit more biting commentary. So in a way, we kind of both want the same thing.
Yeah, in many ways, I wanted this. This film just feels like it snippets upon things, and it doesn't delve into anything.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's just like bringing these points up without really
going into
delivering
them.
any commentary on them.
Yeah, but also at the end of the day, like I know what you mean, but it's also the Barbie movie.
But I could comment. I could comment these things on any movie. I don't care if it's a Barbie movie.
No, but it's like it's
if something doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Also, I know we're almost at we're running. This episode is a little bit long already, but I did find an interesting article for Variety that I want you to comment on.
Okay.
So, because Barbie, like it gave let me see, Barbie is really successful. It grossed 380 million worldwide in its first 5 days in theaters. It's a big movie.
It has made over $1 billion.
Yeah. So Mattel sees this and they see that this is a success. They can turn it into like an IP, which I mean it already is, but it's a very broad brand. So even though the director Greta Hertwig haven't really mentioned any sequels in the works, she said that she's spent. She's not gonna make any more, at least for now. Mattel has already given a statement to Variety that they are working on more IPs. And there's 12. I think there's 12 of them already in the works.
12?
Yeah, we have Barney. It's gonna be a surrealistic movie. That's all we have, and it's gonna be Daniel Kaluuya, and there's gonna be like some Seth MacFarlane into that. There'll be a Polly Pocket movie. It will be a Emily in Paris kind of deal with microdoll comedy written by Lena Dunham, who wrote Girls. There will be a Hot Wheels movie made by J.J. Abrams.
Okay, I actually have heard something about the Hot Wheels movie.
Yeah, it's in it, but at least it's already in the works. It's gonna be like grounded and gritty retelling with real characters you can relate to. There'll be a Magic 8-Ball thriller. There'll be a Masters of the Universe He-Man movies. Also,
Karol, you know that there has been a lot of movies about the toy lines in the past. Like, this isn't new in any way.
I know that it's not new in any way, but I just wanted you to comment on how do you feel with Barbie's success, Mattel really going in with their IPs and making all of them movies?
How I feel, I don't know. I feel like this movie in particular had a great director and a great and great people behind it that could maybe sway Mattel's opinion a little bit and make them say that, yeah, we want to have this in the movies, and they kind of said, well, we want you to star in the movie, so I guess we have to agree with some of these things. I'm not sure with those other projects.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Mattel realizes it's not because it's only Barbie. It's also because it was great actors and great director. So they have people intrigued in more movies. I just hope it doesn't become slop.
I think it will become slop. Like 12 projects, really.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, I guess that was our opinions on the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Overall, I guess a fine movie, I would say. Like, I would have wanted it to go a bit deeper, but it's an all right film with an all right message at the end, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the message is like, let's acknowledge, like, women.
Yeah, it had other things too. Too.
Yeah.
Like I guess one of the main points in the film is like evolving as human beings, and that Barbie is just staying at the same place and doing the same thing every day, and by the end of the film she actually wants to evolve and maybe age and experience new things.
I don't know what else to add, really. So I think this is a great time for us to end the episode. What do you think?
So thank you so much for watching this episode of the Media Bubble podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button of passion. Thanks to Jahzzar for the song Comedie that is played in our intro and outro. And have a wonderful day.